Hey there, in today's video I'm going to be working with heat transfer vinyl and Siser EasySubli. I'm not going to be printing on any shirts or anything. I'm just going to be sending some transfers to a customer. This is going to be a freebie. Customer wants to see if it's something that they want to work with later or in the future. So let's get started. So right now what I'm going to do is bring in an image. Again, this is a freebie and a test for a potential customer that needs to figure out whether he wants to work with actually just test the Siser EasySubli. So what I'm going to do is come to the right panel, and there's open the trace panel, which looks like a little slice of bread. I'm going to select the trace area and then literally just highlight it, and I want to make sure that this shadow is included, and if I leave it as is, it's not going to be included, so I need to bump up my threshold. I want to make sure it's completely covered because I want to trace and detach it. I don't want to get too crazy. I think that should be okay. So, hang on. I'm looking up here. I think that might work. So I'm going to trace and detach. This is the lettering. The wording is going to be vinyl, black vinyl, heat transfer vinyl. And the image of the two dogs is going to be Siser EasySubli. For this part of the video, I'm not going to really talk about anything or show you anything. The font that I use is Star Jedi. It gave me some trouble with the I. It kept turning the I into an H. So I had to play around with it for a little bit, and it took me a little bit. So to avoid making this video long, I'm going to skip that part and go to the next part. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to type in Wars. Use the same font, whatever it was, Star Jedi. And I'm going to right click and weld it. And it's okay, it's good enough. I should have made a copy. Oops, no, escape. Here's what I'm going to do is make this simple. Grab the knife, hold my shift key to make a straight line. Escape, delete. I'm going to delete that. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of use this as a guide. I'm going to put this on the back. Okay, so I'm going to make this white just for kicks. It's not going to matter that it doesn't really match. I mean, it's pretty much the same font. I do need to group this. So I can stretch it out. Okay, if you ask me, that's perfect. Okay, so I'm going to delete the back and make this black. And now my vinyl, I'm going to group it. And sometimes you just got to get creative. So I'm going to group that. I'm going to have to do the same thing with this. And I'm going to skip that part as well. Final. Okay, we're done. So next I'm just going to, this is going to be the black vinyl. This is going to be the Siser EasySubli. And it's going on a medium shirt, so I'm probably going to use just an 8.5 by 11 sheet. I still use tape. I still don't remove this paper. One day I will, just not ready. This is going to be, as I showed you in the video, the top part and then the dogs in the bottom. The reason I didn't put this on the bottom is they can just cut it in half, or I'll probably send it, I'm going to cut it for them. That's what well, actually I can just send it like this. I'll send it like that. And what I'll do is I'm going to get some freezer paper. Let me grab that real quick. Just to protect this so the other stuff doesn't get stuck to it. Just something that came to mind really quick. That way they can just remove it. But before I go any further, I do want this to look professional and clean. So I'm just gonna make it look a little, more uniform. So it doesn't look tacky, like I just threw it together. You don't have to, but that's just my preference. That's just what I want to do. I'm just going to measure it. So just FYI before I go to the next step. There you go. I'm going to send it as a 2-piece. Again, I used, crap, I just dropped it. I used a Reynolds Wrap freezer paper and I stuck it to the shiny side. And I'll show you in a minute. I came up with this idea a while back. I have a video on decals. I'll see if I can add it as a card if I remember. But this is what I have a video where I put decals on this. Because I didn't have, I had used like a 12 by 12 651 vinyl, and I cut multiple pieces out of it. And because I was adding, it was a 3-part piece, or a 3-piece decal, if that makes sense. I didn't want to waste vinyl, so I used freezer paper so that I could line it up with my light box and made a bunch of decals. I don't remember how many there were. But anyway, I'll see if I can pin that card or that video, which is called a card, to this video. If not, I'll figure it out. But anyway, so that's what this is, freezer paper. And again, use the shiny side to tack this onto it. And then when they get it, all they have to do is just separate it and then line it up however they need to. There you go. And that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next part. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Siser EasySubli to print the 2 dogs, Han Solo and Dutch Vader, or Dutch, whatever. Anyway, I see they made some changes. I haven't been in here for a couple of days, maybe a few days, but it looks like these are badges and a template. And my very first template, or my very first image that I worked on. Let's see, I'm just gonna go ahead and normally you start creating here, but because I want to do custom, they plugged it, they put it up here, which is fine. I'm gonna click on that, create a custom canvas. That saves a step from having to click on start creating and then come down here and blah blah blah. So anyway, I'm gonna change this from millimeters to inches, and the image, my actual image size is gonna be 5.25. I'm sorry, the width is 10.4, I believe it was, by 5.25. So this is what I want to print, so I'm going to go ahead and bring in an image. So click on gallery, click on images, even though I don't have it here. Well, I do have it here. Let's say if I didn't have it, you would just click here, and you would click there, and you would go retrieve it from wherever it is. I forgot I had it here. So get out of that. Click on it once, and then now you can fit your image into that space, your workspace. And I'm gonna go ahead and print this. What I did is I cut my Siser EasySubli paper. I cut it 11 inches by 6 inches. Slightly bigger than this image. Again, this is 5 1/4 by 10.4. I was trying to match an image, remember. I try to get it as close as I can. So anyway, I want my paper to be a little bit bigger just to make sure I have the prints, that I have enough paper for it to print on, if that makes sense. So I'm going to go ahead and click print, and I am going to show you that process because this is my first time actually using Siser EasySubli with this new program. Okay, so now I'm getting ready to print it, and I'm gonna click up here, come to the right on the top, and you'll see that here I don't have an option for Siser EasySubli. I did in the old system, in the Legacy Creative Studio. I was able to add that option. Here I'm not sure how they're gonna do that. I hope they do add it, but for now I'm gonna keep it because there is no 11 by 8 or 6. I'm just gonna keep it on 8.5 by 11 sheet, which is letter. And take mirror off. You do not want to mirror Siser EasySubli because this is one where you just cut it, and it's a print and cut, just right reading, because you're gonna peel the back off and then you're gonna just apply it to your garment, or hats like I've done, or shoes like I've done. But anyway, make sure you turn off mirror. And for the materials, substrate, you don't have an option again here either for Siser EasySubli. So last time when I was experimenting, or when I was first experimenting, I used Siser white glitter, only because it's a little bit thick and it is stretchy, which I like. That's what I like about the Siser EasySubli. And here you don't have a choice but to leave it as True Pix Classic. The rest, quality, photographic, everything else is good. Just click on print, and I'll show you that next for my cell phone. I'll add it to this video. So I'm going to click OK. And it is noisy. I need to put that little piece back on there. Okay, so here we go. Trying to get my tripod adjusted here. So here's I'm going to use my my scissors to just cut around it. So the next video I want to make a video with using the Cameo and registration marks. So this is what's going to the customer so that they can play around with it and place it. Of course, again, I got to cut this. I got to let this dry. Siser EasySubli. You can put this under the heat press for about a minute or two to let it dry. Other than that, you do not want to touch this ink. Do not touch it because you'll ruin your print. So this is what's going to the customer so they can print it or press it onto a medium-sized shirt. I'm going to show you the ruler. It's supposed to be a 10.5 or 10.4. So I'm working on one hand here. So right about there, the tail end, the end of the tail. Let me drop it. Let's say right about here. So that's about the 10.5 mark, 10.4. So it's a perfect print. Remember, don't touch it, and you do not need to mirror it. That's all for this video. I hope this video was helpful. Until next time.